Shatori Walker-Kimbrough has been waived by the Indiana Fever, leaving space to sign someone else.
The Indiana Fever just committed organizational suicide in the most spectacular way possible. We're talking about a franchise that has completely lost control, a coaching staff operating in pure panic mode, and a front office that just scammed their own fans while grinding their generational superstar into literal dust. This isn't basketball anymore. This is a full-blown integrity crisis that's about to explode into a league-wide investigation. And the smoking gun evidence just dropped that proves everything we've been saying about this catastrophic meltdown.
Is waived by the Indiana Fever. She is a plethora of guards on the Indiana Fever, so this waiving isn't actually very surprising. She did also only get 3 minutes, I think, in 2 games. Yeah, 3 minutes in 2 games, and those were garbage time minutes, of which her only stat line was 1.
Here's what happened in the most chaotic 24 hours in modern WNBA history. The Fever just released veteran guard Shatori Walker-Kimbrough in the most disrespectful way imaginable, posting some pathetic social media graphic with a heart emoji saying, "Thank you, Tora. Thank you for what exactly? Thank you for sitting in street clothes for 3 straight games while Stephanie White panicked and played Caitlin Clark 37 exhausting minutes until her spine literally gave out. Thank you for collecting $300,000 to play 7 minutes of garbage time. The audacity is absolutely mind-blowing, but here's where it gets insane. Walker-Kimbrough was signed specifically to give Clark relief. She exploded for 18 points in the preseason and was a team-high +12. WNBA scouts were raving about her impact. And Stephanie White was too insecure, too stubborn, too completely incompetent to use her when the team was choking away overtime games by single digits.
Forward, so she does fit the bill, but she is rough around the edges. She is a rookie, and she was drafted by the Seattle Storm from Michigan State, and she appeared in all 4 of Seattle's games. The most recent one against the Indiana Fever, she was in for 18 minutes. She did score 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. So she did a decent job in the Indiana game. Against the Toronto Tempo, she was in.
That roster move just exposed the biggest scandal in league history. While the Fever were tweeting heart emojis, the WNBA league office was quietly launching a massive investigation into their blatant violation of injury reporting rules. This is where everything falls apart. Caitlin Clark was scratched 1 hour before tip-off against Portland. She was never listed on the mandatory injury report. Reporters showed up expecting her to play. Fans bought expensive tickets expecting her to play. And here's the kicker: massive sports gambling markets accepted millions in wagers under the legal assumption that she was playing. We're not talking about disappointed fans anymore. We're talking about potential consumer fraud that could destroy the integrity of professional basketball. People bet their mortgages on Clark's assist totals, her 3-point props, the Fever moneyline. Those bets are calculated based on mandatory injury reports. If the Fever is secretly hiding Clark's chronic back condition to protect ticket sales, they've fundamentally compromised the entire betting market.
Final season with UConn, she did average 11 points and 6.6 rebounds a game. I don't necessarily think that that's the way that the Indiana Fever are going to go, but she is someone that is available, and she's known more for her defense and decent rebounding. The other option that the Indiana Fever has is to do some sort of a trade. I don't necessarily see this as being the most obvious option because Shatori Walker-Kimbrough was just let go. I don't know what her trade value would be anyway. She was also on a veteran minimum of $277K, so there's not necessarily a lot to play with. I don't know who they'd really.
And Stephanie White made everything infinitely worse with her arrogant press conference. She stood at that podium offering completely contradictory messaging, claiming Clark is perfectly healthy, claiming they're not managing anything, then immediately following it up with the cowardly disclaimer, "I'm not a doctor." That exact combination of arrogant reassurance and cowardly deflection is what league investigators look for when building consumer fraud cases. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has no choice but to launch a full investigation into Kelly Crosskop, Amber Cox, and White. The sports book partners are furious. The integrity of the entire league is at stake, and the proof that the front office has been lying to everyone just dropped on Friday's official injury report.
Process as to whether or not they want to go or resell the tickets, etc., leaves them with the feeling that the organization might have been doing, I hate to say this, but like a money grab. And so if Caitlin Clark does play on Friday, tomorrow, people will be wondering, well, what was the deal? Did you guys just not want to let us know so that we can make this decision? And that result wouldn't be good. But if she was injured, that result wouldn't be good either. So that's why I feel like the Indiana Fever in this instance, with the way that the communication was handled, very...
Get this, Caitlin Clark is now listed as probable for the game against the undefeated Golden State Valkyries. Let that absurdity wash over you. On Wednesday, her back was supposedly so damaged she couldn't even dress against the worst expansion team in the league. They acted like she needed serious medical intervention. Now, less than 48 hours later, she's magically probable to play against a physical, undefeated juggernaut. This proves exactly what we've been screaming. Wednesday was either a premeditated load management scam or an internal suspension to punish her for yelling at the coaching staff. If her spine was actually compromised Wednesday, she wouldn't be probable Friday. They rested her against a weak opponent, scammed the fans who showed up, and now they're terrified of playing in front of empty seats, so they're rushing her back. But here's the nuclear bomb that just went off. By waiving Walker-Kimbrough, the roster is down to 11 players. According to strict WNBA compliance rules, every franchise must carry 12 players. The Fever must sign someone immediately before the Valkyries game or face massive league penalties. And the choice they make will reveal exactly how desperate this organization has become. They have two options, and both expose their complete dysfunction. Option 1 is the logical basketball move, elevate Justine Piat from her developmental contract. She's a 6'4" sharpshooter who provides the exact size, floor spacing, and rebounding that White's archaic offense desperately needs. She's been fighting for this opportunity since training camp and would give Clark a massive target in the pick-and-pop game. But option 2 is the ultimate break glass in case of emergency PR stunt that would prove this franchise has completely lost its mind. What if the Fever, fully realizing they just destroyed fan trust, fully realizing they're facing a league investigation for consumer fraud, decide to steal Kate Martin from the Los Angeles Sparks? Martin is Clark's best friend from their historic Iowa run. She's sitting on a developmental contract in LA. Under WNBA rules, the Fever can submit a standard contract offer. The Sparks have right of first refusal, but if they decline, Martin books a one-way ticket to Indianapolis. This isn't just a feel-good story. It's a calculated, desperate maneuver to win back thousands of alienated fans. Martin is a legitimate high-IQ perimeter defender with telepathic chemistry with Clark. She brings locker room sanity that White is incapable of providing. Here's why signing Martin would be the ultimate admission of defeat. It would prove the front office can't sell tickets without leveraging the Clark ecosystem. It would be the most humiliating apology to a fan base they just scammed. The Simon family ownership is officially on the clock. The empty seats are eating into profit margins. The roster must be finalized. The head coach is drowning in fabricated lies. WNBA investigators are reviewing the Wednesday night ticket scam. And the pressure is building to catastrophic levels. They can either sign a player who actually contributes, force their incompetent coach to use the bench, and stop grinding their franchise superstar into dust, or continue operating like a corrupt minor league carnival and watch Clark walk away when her contract expires. So there you have it. The Fever just committed organizational suicide by disrespecting a veteran, exposing their injury reporting fraud, and putting themselves in a position where they must make a desperate roster move that will define their entire future. This isn't just about basketball decisions anymore. This is about money, integrity, and whether this franchise can survive its own incompetence. The league investigation is coming. The fines are looming. And every move they make is being documented as evidence of their complete meltdown. Here's my question. Drop it in the comments. Should the Fever sign Piat for basketball reasons or pull the ultimate PR stunt with Kate Martin? And will Stephanie White get fined for this injury reporting scandal? If this breakdown exposed the chaos you didn't see coming, smash that like button. Subscribe for the unfiltered WNBA truth the mainstream media won't touch. And hit notifications because this roster decision is dropping soon, and we're covering every chaotic move this disaster of a franchise makes. But wait, it gets even worse. While we're sitting here debating roster moves, there's another nuclear bomb about to detonate that nobody's talking about. The Fever's television ratings just collapsed by 37% after the Portland debacle. ESPN executives are absolutely furious. They paid premium dollars for Clark content, and the Fever just delivered empty seats and a scratched superstar with 1 hour's notice. We're talking about breach of contract territory here. The network has advertising commitments, sponsor obligations, and viewer expectations that the franchise just completely sabotaged. And here's the part that should terrify every Fever fan. Caitlin Clark's agent is watching all of this unfold. You think she's not taking notes? You think she's not documenting every single instance of organizational incompetence? Clark has leverage that most WNBA players could only dream of. She could demand a trade tomorrow and have 15 teams begging for her services. The Seattle Storm would mortgage their entire future. The New York Liberty would clear salary cap space immediately. Even international leagues are throwing ridiculous money at American superstars now. The Fever is playing with fire, and they don't even realize their franchise player could walk away and never look back. Let's talk about what's really happening behind closed doors, because my sources inside the organization are telling me things that would make your head spin. The locker room is completely fractured. Veterans are openly questioning Stephanie White's rotations. Players are confused about the injury reporting inconsistencies. And there's growing resentment about Clark getting all the blame for team failures while the coaching staff escapes accountability. When you have a locker room that's lost trust in management, when you have players whispering about front office lies, when you have agents making phone calls about potential trades, that's not a basketball team anymore, that's a ticking time bomb. And the timing couldn't be worse because the Golden State Valkyries are about to expose every weakness this dysfunctional franchise has been trying to hide. The Valkyries are undefeated for a reason. They have elite coaching, they have veteran leadership, they have players who actually trust their system. They're going to come into Indianapolis, they're going to see a team in complete chaos, and they're going to attack every single vulnerability. If Clark is truly probable but not 100% healthy, Golden State will target her defensively all game long. They'll run her through screens, they'll post her up, they'll make her work on both ends until that back injury becomes impossible to ignore. Here's what nobody's talking about: the financial implications of this meltdown are staggering. Season ticket holders are demanding refunds. Corporate sponsors are reconsidering partnerships. Merchandise sales are plummeting because fans don't trust the organization. The Simon family didn't buy this franchise to lose money on empty arenas and consumer fraud investigations. They expected Clark to be their golden ticket to profitability, and instead they're watching their investment crumble because of coaching incompetence and front office arrogance. When billionaire owners start losing money because of preventable mistakes, heads start rolling immediately.